So, dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So now we're going to start our session. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound. And while you're focusing to the sound, you can mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. And do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, when you come to practice meditation, always you have to understand this is not something you're going to develop in your mind with your own thoughts, whatever you already have. So having thoughts is nothing wrong, but at the same time, this is not the moment we're going to remind our thoughts. So thoughts are always going to be there with us. But when you come to the meditation practice, especially tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation, then you have to develop a method inside you not to reflect on the thought that whatever the day-to-day activities that you keep performing. So as ordinary people, we 24/7, we keep doing many kind of activities all the time. But when you come to meditation and if you start to reflect on that things, maybe for the moment physically you feel some comfort. And for some people mentally also feel comfort because they get the time to reflect on their own thoughts and be with thoughts. But they don't go anywhere. It's like you keep running around the same circle. Maybe the outside things will change, but inside, you're not going to be changed. Again and again, again and again, you're going to repeat the same thing. If you look very carefully, your life, and physically you already change, and environment also change. But mentally, deeply, what's happening with us? The surface level thought also change maybe. But our emotions, our feelings, desires, fear, and sometimes even what we know as knowledge or wisdom is the same. It never changes. So the purpose of meditation, you dip into that, not the surface level, you go into the depth of that your inner experience and recognize within that inner experience and change it. So that the recognition itself brings the change, because the change already happening, always it happening with you. But the thing is, if you don't see it, the surface level of your mind always keep repeating the same thing. So for this meditation, another way it name it, that's called bhavana. So the bhavana means development of your mind, cultivation of your mind. So just imagine when you cultivate something, it needs a space. It needs some kind of freedom. And at the same time, it needs to grow. The growing means and becoming new. To become new, you cannot hold it to your past. So then when you sit for meditation, allow you to grow inside your mind. So if you sit with self-centered view, and then even though you just pass the time deeper, it not allow you to grow. It's like kind of like coconut. Why? Because the deeper the sweet water, underneath with the many layers, husk and the cell. So like that. It take time. So if you have the self-centered view, then it becomes difficult for you. Maybe whatever you keep doing, and you feel kind of like more comfortable and you feel like so good, but eons by eons, maybe we keep doing this, we not go anywhere. So, but now you have the teachings. When it comes to teachings, and some people say, oh, to practice meditation, we don't need teachings. Why we have to learn meditation? Just close your eyes and you can settle down. Some people introduce that kind of things as meditation. But here, that method people used to keep doing thousand years, even before the Buddha. But when it comes to vipassana, to deeply, thoroughly to observe yourself, you have to have certain kind of understanding and the wisdom. Otherwise, always you keep going around the same thing. So you know that the pebbles and necklace, sometimes these little girls wearing, and sometimes the mala, people wearing. So even though you see this, maybe it can be gold, it can be stones, any kind of rocks, or it can be any kind of wood, that pebbles. Even it can be diamonds. But there is a thread underneath. That thread hold this necklace. If that thread is not there, what will happen? It's going to scattered everywhere. So the teachings also kind of like a thread. That's why another way it called the sutras. So the thread allow things to bring together. It helps us to be disciplined with the practice. It brings kind of a mental discipline to follow. So then in the very first level, you have to remember, you have to look into the thread inside you, that the way it holds, how strong it is. And maybe it is diamond, it is gold, it is a very valuable stones, like a tiger eye, anything. But still, according to the thread, the strength of the thread go under in the middle of that. It's going to change the shape or the pattern and the strength. So when you sit for meditation, when you bring everything together, that's why you need a very strong thread. Otherwise, maybe you have very clear intention to practice, but when you put things together, it cannot hold for a long time. So then when here, the thread itself means the method that we follow. So in the beginning, remember, in the beginning in tranquility meditation, develop the right method with you. With your posture, give some time, practice with it. And with the primary mental object, bring some effort and bring some extra effort and practice it yourself. And get into an undisturbed mind. And once you develop it, you know that. Otherwise, just closing your eyes and kind of like entering to dream state is not meditation. And other thing is, get into deeper silence also not the meditation. Silence is okay, but just to practice little bit, you have it is better you have a good environment. Otherwise, understanding or your awareness is nothing to do with the silence. Because in this world, always there are the sound going to be here. And you have to come to a point to develop your mind, not to get disturbed out of any sound. So once you deeply connected to the tranquility state, you will experience it. It doesn't matter whatever the sound. It doesn't matter whatever the environment. But in the beginning, it helped for you. But you have to have an intention. You should know. So tranquility meditation and vipassana meditation is nothing to do with the being silence. And it's nothing to do with no thoughts state. Thoughts is good. Your pain is good. Disappointment is good. Because that will take you to recognize the impermanent. And also the selflessness. So it's kind of like a cow dung. It's kind of like a dirt. that all your past thoughts, past memory, and your pain, disappointment, unhappiness, disturb, it's kind of like soiled. So use it to develop your awareness and use it to develop your understanding. So once you have that kind of purpose, anywhere, anytime, in any situation, it's okay for you. And that itself help you to get out of the resistance. Because otherwise the mind always look into something, and at the same time always there's a resistance in our mind. It takes huge energy and time to do that way. But once you know, in any situation, anywhere, in any environment, at any time, so whatever happens, and you take it as an opportunity to develop your understanding, and you appreciate that, and you look into it, not go away from it, you look into it. That is the one of the important thing when you practice vipassana. You gain as a mental ability. So like a lot of animals, when something happens, they run away. But like the lions, when there is a sound come, when there is something come towards them, they always look into it. So like that, develop in your mind some kind of pattern, not to escape from any thought, especially when you observe, when you practice the vipassana, ponder into, deeply observe and see what this is. But when you observe that, you have to remember not to think over it, because there is nothing to think anymore. It already happened. Only thing is, without judging, without interfering to it, if you observe what this is, and you will see how it happens. And this gives you certain understanding to yourself. So in the very first level, bring very solid connection with your primary mental object, with your inhalation, exhalation, and develop undisturbed mind. So whatever thoughts come in that level, don't go with it any thoughts, don't react to any thoughts, just keep focused to the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. Again and again, again and again. And once the mind settles down with that, and slowly and deeply observe the whatever the sensation, even whatever the thoughts come, without personalizing, observe deeply, thoroughly, and analyze it, and see what is the source of that. What is that thought? What is that feeling? What happening to it? How it happens? So when you deeply observe that, then you will see it happened according to necessary conditions. It not happened because of you. There's nothing happened because of you. The way that you think about your name and form. Everything happened in this universe according to necessary cause and conditions. Your life itself is a result of that cause and conditions. Now what happening? Out of that cause and condition, the result came, which we call the mind, and we hold it to it. And we hold it to it, and we claim this cause and condition, that the whole result, as self. So through the vipassana, it will help you to deeply get into the bottom and see the pure nature of it. And once you come to that level, and there naturally you get out of the collective nature. There's nothing to hold in here. Even you hold, it's not going to be there with you. It is just only idea. There's nothing more than ideas. What is your past? There's nothing more than the ideas. And that ideas also change time to time. Look at this human history. People had ideas, and then they start to put it into rocks. And they used to write their ideas on stones. And after that, because of that activity, that whatever they used to keep doing, develop their mind, develop their thinking ability, and then from rock or the stones, they came to tree leaves. Then they start to write on tree leaves. And what they wrote on the rock or the stones, they changed when they came to write it on tree leaves. The patterns, the ideas, the methods, the word, the structure of the words, everything changed. And from tree leaves, people start to develop it to papers. And completely, see, the ideas change, and then the method change, and even the certain way, the pattern also, everything change. And from papers, people start to get into tape. They used to tape many things. And then from tape, maybe you remember that VHS tape and some other video tapes, audio tapes. And after that, they came to CD. From CD to DVD. And then USB. And then from there to microchip. So that journey, if you look very carefully, in the bottom, the same source, that whatever our ancestors used to put on rock is the same source, but still it is not the same idea today. It is not the same word today. It is not the same pattern today. It is not the same words today. It's completely changed, even the method. So then, who changed this? How this happened? Is there anyone personally interfere with it? No, by the time, because of the process that people used to keep doing, itself, the journey itself brought the change and development. So we are the same, our body the same. From samsara, our mind has the same thing happen to our mind. So no one doing this, but itself the process that you go through, the experiencing, perception through your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, develop the method which we call living or the life. It always keep going to happen, keep happening. So meditation means, in the very first level, developing tranquility state in your mind, you come to a point to see this. Because if you can't see this, what happening in you, how happening, that how your life happening, how you going to understand beyond that? If you don't understand how your life happening, how you maybe how you going to understand what is the God, or what is this universe, or what is the Nibbana. So that's why in the very first level, you come to a point to recognize what is happening with you. So that you have to bring the attention to inside you. So that attention you have to put on your body. Kaya Anupassana, contemplating the body. And see what is happening with the body. And Vedana Anupassana, contemplating the feelings. So that is what we representing as self. Your body, you represent as self. And your feelings, you represent as self. And thoughts or the ideas. Mind, contemplating the mind. And when the thoughts or the ideas come, rather than putting the seal on it, oh, this is my idea, just look how it happened. It happened out of your perception. So it is just a result of cause and effect. It is not somebody doing it. But the surface level, if you don't see that, what will happen? You hold it, oh, this is my idea. So how the self come? Self come out of the body. Yourself representing your body, your feelings, your ideas, or your consciousness. So if you go deeper into it and see, then you will see it happen according to necessary cause and condition in that environment, in that very moment. So that itself releases you from the idea of the self. That recognition within your own inner experience itself called self-realization. That is the main purpose of this practice. Because once you recognize how things happening within your limit, and that will help you to understand how other things happens. So for that, in the very first level, you need the undisturbed mind, because of this disturbed mind, which we used to keep develop ourselves, not allow us to see our own inner feelings, or even our body, even our mind. So in the very first level, we get out of that busy mind and bring the calmness and develop the tranquility state. After that tranquility state, and deeply observe within your own inner experience and see what is this life and how this is happening. What is this moment, that what you experience? What is that your body means? So when you deeply observe that, there is something you can see. That what you see is nothing to do with this surface level of information, depend on perception. So let's get into practice a little bit. And your right palm on your left and neck it straight in one line. And bring your attention to your body, please, and observe head to toes. 3 times yourself and say, Swapatveva, or may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe out 3 times, please. And find the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. And allow your inhalation and exhalations happen itself. And when it happens, recognize inhalation as inhalations, exhalations as exhalations. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please, and observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside. To your left side. And to your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once. Like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy. Without any condition, without any limitation. Without any resistance or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, and also by the power of this all meritorious activities we accumulated here. May all of us get out of the sickness, disease, and all get aging and the death. And also finally, may all of us attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Also, we transfer these merits to all your guardian angels and deities. May they be able to gain these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata cha ammi sampadang punya sampadang sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya Dhammanu Dhamma Patipattiya Buddhang Pujemi Dhammang Pujemi Sanghang Pujemi Attaya Imaya Patipattiya Jati Jara Vyadi Maranam Ha Paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavattaya vang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless.